nice little routine to demonstrate the effects of side spin after impact by the tip of the cue is to place the white ball and a red along the bulk line. We can remove the colours here, place the white on the bulk line, and of course, if our cue is on the bulk line, aiming toward the red, the white ball would of course hit the red. However, if we displace the ball slightly, keeping the cue on the bulk line, pointing perfectly towards the red, the cue went through perfectly straight, but of course because I played with vicious right hand side, the cue ball pushed off viciously to the left. That pushed the white ball away from the red ball, so that to compensate in the future, to aim for that red, I would have to aim the cue somewhere in this direction. And just by trial and error I would learn ultimately the exact area I'd need to aim to hit the red full ball. Now, different cues make a difference to the amount the cue ball pushes off. There's a big scientific debate at the moment in American pool about which cue is best for reducing the amount of push off, because no player can hit the dead centre of the cue ball all the time. So everybody is searching for the most accurate cue that enables least margin of error when they make a small mistake aiming centre, or trying to aim centre. That's the holy grail of snooker, and it's something that we cannot always stay in. It's a utopia, impossible utopia. Some players, however, will tell you that they have a whippy cue. Often a whippy cue will push the ball more to the opposite side than the side you're playing. Other players will say that they have a very stiff cue, or a cue with slightly different dimensions that pushes the cue ball less. Okay, and some may even tell you that if you put the cue on the line and deliver straight through, their cue is so good at not pushing off with side that it doesn't push off at all, and in fact the white ball goes directly to the right hand side. That's actually impossible, because if we're hitting on the right of the ball, the cue ball must go left first, and at this speed it has no time to swerve back towards the red. So really what we're saying is that we change the power that we play. That also has an effect, as well as the type of cue you're playing with. I'll just play a bit less power, get a bit closer to the red there. And the beauty of following through straight, or learning the ability to follow through straight even when you are playing with side, is that it gives you more feedback. You have more feedback on whether your push off from the cue ball is really due to the amount of side you're playing or your cueing. You see, a lot of players, through how they learn to play with side, often will aim fairly close to the centre of the cue ball, and when they follow through, change, you see that? A little bit of right hand side, and then change. That's an exaggeration, or not so much an exaggeration with some players, but they will change their aiming. So knowing that is wrong, unconsciously, you see that? So that's So that's how a player can have the misconception that their cue doesn't push off at all, because where the cue was perfectly straight, aiming towards the red, they didn't actually realise, they weren't consciously aware of their unconscious habit, which is to aim the cue toward the side that they're playing on the cue ball. It's two different styles of playing with side. One isn't necessarily right or wrong. It is a personal preference, but if you have the ability to use both methods, you of course have more choice in your game.